Hey everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today is April 13th, 2019. Talking about the Sands of Fortune. This is an update for HLC, known as HalalChain. So, before we do that, please keep in mind that this is not financial advice, just my opinion. And so if you didn't know, HLC HalalChain is out of Dubai. And halal is basically means it's kind of like kosher. If you haven't heard it, it means like it's okay, it's all right, it's it's good, that type of stuff. It's approved. And what this is it's basically a cryptocurrency that is going to be used in a supply chain for halal food of all things. Yeah, so quite interesting, and it has some interesting backers. Do your research. Do your research on HalalChain. And if we go take a look to see what it's been doing, yeah, I'm streaming great. If we go take a look and see what it's been doing, this is on the Twitter, and excuse me, this is on Twitter, not the Twitter. Anyway, what they've had going on is that on the 10th, a couple days ago, well, they have a thing going on where, hey, this is how you can get it on CoinEgg, okay? And that's not for U.S. citizens, all right? It's for others out there. And yes, cryptocurrency enthusiasts do exist elsewhere, other than the United States, of course. But nevertheless, so they have a post there on the 11th. They said they are proud to be involved in the panel discussion and contribute how Islamic finance will benefit from blockchain. So they're getting more recognition in that realm of where they want recognition, which is a good thing. And so they had a panel here, and they're saying it's starting to become a global brand to the Global Islamic Finance event. That's what that's what they did. So you can check that out. So that's a big thing for these guys, and you got to keep in mind where they're at. They're out of Dubai, and Dubai is really making a push towards technology as a country as a whole. It's almost like they want to get out of oil and have technology replace it. Yeah, so it's interesting stuff. They just want to get out. I don't know, of like being thought of as being surrounded by sand. And if you haven't known about Dubai, awesome place. It's pretty humid. I mean, it's on the coast and stuff like that, but they have some really cool buildings and stuff like that. They have that where they made like an island that looks kind of like a palm tree, and they have a bunch of homes and stuff like that out on the leaves and stuff like that. It's really cool. But yeah, so they have a lot of building and stuff going on there, and it's building not only they're building infrastructure, and part of that infrastructure is cryptocurrency. So yeah, HalalChain. So best of luck to them. And if you didn't know, the Islamic market, the size of that market is huge. It is absolutely huge. You may not know that, but it's absolutely huge. Indonesia, I mean, is huge. There's a lot of Muslims and stuff. Huge market. So go ahead and read this. And they had some successful tests that I talked about on my previous video on HalalChain, and that was on March, I believe it was on March 11th. Or no, check that, March 21st, I believe. And go ahead and watch that to get a more in-depth video on HalalChain. But this is just an update. And so what's going on? Well, if we look at their chart here, they're showing some activity. Right now is that in 24-hour period, they are up 120%. Yeah, so good, congratulations to them. As you can see here, the volume has been pretty pathetic. Been hovering right around a penny, and all of a sudden, whammo, it goes up. And it looks like its highest was about 3 cents, and now it's 2 3/4. And this is looking at it on the 14-day. If we look at it on the 24-hour period, what is interesting to me was that it just wasn't one huge pump up to 3 cents. Okay, it wasn't one huge pump up to 3 cents and then all of a sudden it dropped down like a pump and dump. But this occurred. We had four pretty good size inputs, buys, and then in a shorter time period we had two significant buys here. Okay, and yeah, so right now it's at 2.25. That's 2.75 cents. So hey, congratulations. Also look at the volume, steadily increasing, so it's showing that there is interest building in HalalChain, which is good. You know, they're getting the word out. So take a look at HalalChain. Here's we'll click on their web page here and give it some time to load. So blockchain empowering real economies. Yeah, so they're looking at smart banking, takful, currencies, sukuk, you know, that type of stuff. And granted, I know this isn't for everyone, but it's really interesting to, for me, it's really interesting to see how HalalChain is actually, let's put it this way, it's more of a geopolitical thing, which is really cool to see how blockchain is permeating society, and it's really cool. So what do they have? RFIDs, sensors, brand processing, storage delivery. You know, you can read this through, and yeah, it's just interesting stuff. So check them out, read their white paper, you know, do all that good stuff. So that is HalalChain. So in the comments, what do you think of this? You know, is it great? Whatever. Is it really cool? Blah, blah, blah. It is difficult to get a hold of, near impossible for U.S. citizens. I do not suggest that you go in VPN and try to get this thing. That's for sure. Hey, if you're in the UK, hey, you know, go for it if you so wish, after you've done your due diligence and made up your mind if this is the coin for you or not. Yeah, but for U.S. citizens, what do we have on the exchanges? Well, you have ZB and CoinEgg and AllCoin. So ZB is the one with the most volume by far, and then the next one is CoinEgg and AllCoin. So, but AllCoin, you know, the liquidity there is only 38,000, so it's pretty low. But majority of it is on ZB, and well, not for U.S. citizens. Let's put it that way. And just because it went up 120% today doesn't mean it's going to go up 127% tomorrow, right? It could go down 100%, you know? But it's currently ranked 317. It is going into an untapped market per se, which is interesting for me, from my perspective. And here on CoinGecko, it's taken the average of the exchanges and stuff, and it says, hey, it's up 134%. That's pretty awesome. So congrats to the holders of HalalChain, and I was talking about this back on March 21st, so check out that video. Yeah. And if you got in, hey, congratulations. So let's go take a look at Bitcoin. Just doing a quick summary here. The market. What's going on with Bitcoin? Same old thing. It's just going up, doing its consolidating thing right here. It's looking a-okay. Let's go take a look at ETH. Look at that on USDT. And this is on the 4 hour. And you know, it's looking good. So it's just plopping along. It's in an accumulation phase. Yeah, it has some ups and downs here, but you know, it's just in the accumulation phase. And if we look at this, oh, so we have an up and a down. I'm just charting this thing real quick, okay? Yeah, so I'm gonna say they're right here and here. that's about this guy's trading range. So huge trading range. And that's on the 4 hour. Let's go out to the day. And yeah, so the purple lines, that's a big trading range right there. And as you can see, it's a subset of this larger one here. See that? So that's like a mini one. So people sometimes call those fractals or whatever, but they're not fractals per se. A fractal in charting would mean something like this one, like this candle here, where it's the highest, and you have two lowers, on either side. They're both consecutively lower. The highest one is a fractal. That's technically where fractals come from. That's from Bill Williams. You might actually see an indicator on there if you ever wondered what it was. It's called the Williams, he has alligator and then he has fractal here. So if we click that on just to see, yeah, so it's that one right there. Yeah, sometimes it helps. I don't hardly use it, but it's interesting sometimes. Anyway, so yeah, that's halal, but Ether is just plugging away, and as you can see, I have a target box up here. We'll see if it hits it. So hopefully it does. One thing that's nice is that in this larger trading range here, and let me get that off. Let me get that off and that off. Whoops. Okay, yeah, so there, that cleans it up a bit. Okay, so yeah, this large trading range here with the white, you can see that it's trading above, and it came down and it bounced pretty much off of that larger trading range, which is really cool. And we'll see where it goes. Keep in mind, yeah, I do have a target box up here, but this thing could like dump to this target box down here. And that's just how it goes. Yeah, it's the market. So we'll see, but that's Ethereum. But to me, Ethereum's still looking pretty strong. If we take a look at the volume, overall, yeah, a little bit of volume, a little bit of interest. It's almost like declining volume. Looks like declining volume to me for the mass of it, as you can see that. Okay, and to me that's actually a good sign. I actually tend to get bullish when it does that. All right, so that's Ethereum. What else is out there? Oh yeah, let's go look at XRP. Oh yeah, here's Bitcoin. Let's bring up this chart. You guys have seen this chart before. Let's bring it down a 30-minute. And there we go. So Bitcoin is just camping out along this line here, doing its thing. It's just doing, just checking supply and demand, and this can occur for a while. It just depends. Once again, we have declining volume, which is really nice. It's going down to hardly anything, which is interesting. So watch for some price action here, guys. Watch for some price action, either up or down. So we'll see where it goes. And let's go take a look at XRP. A lot of people have been complaining about XRP. We'll take a look at it versus ETH. Down almost 1%. And that's on the 30-minute. Let's scroll out to the 4-hour. See how this little bad boy's doing. Yeah, I mean it's looking kind of weak, getting some increase in volume, in some interest here, which is interesting. And so we'll see. Let me scroll in on the volume. This is something that I like to see. Just pathetically small, really pathetically small green green volume amounts, okay, that are declining like that. I like that. So I'm looking actually, oh, there, it just turned red, wouldn't you know. So I would actually be looking at this to actually increase a bit. So we'll see, maybe up to this line. Well, I don't know, but I do like that it's this is really short time period, that it is on an uptrend. I don't like, however, it doesn't tick off all my boxes that we have such large volatility here. Now, if these candles didn't have those size of wicks, I'd like it a lot better. And so this thing's just bouncing around. Let me scroll in. So it's just bouncing around, but a nice thing though is that the candles are pretty much in a nice little zone here. So we'll see what happens, but it is nice to see the declining volume. I do like that. So we might see a small minor move out of XRP, and we'll just go from there. So best luck to everyone holding XRP. You know, I don't hate this project. I'm just not in it right now. Just looking for a good buy-in time. That's all. So that's XRP, and that's really about it. So if you guys are just checking in, you know, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit get notified, all that good stuff. Put your comments below, share the video, all that good stuff. And I'll see if anyone's on the chat. It's kind of late, but I'll check it out and see. Oh, there are people. Oh my gosh, I'm always surprised to see people on the chat because I do these. Basically, I'm in California. I do like it's like I'm on Asia time or something like that for trading and stuff. Anyway, Pete says, "Hey, thanks for commenting on Dubai Coin." Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, Dubai Coin's another one to check out. HalalChain is, you know, we just covered, and that's another one to check out. I mean, they're getting out there, guys. There's a ton of money in Dubai. Let's put it that way. Seth wants to know, are they decentralized? Yeah, they are. They are decentralized. Kachichi, why U.S. citizens can't go HLC? Well, because if you go under the terms of use for CoinEgg, it says, hey, they do not support U.S. citizens. It's right on there when you go to sign up and click on the what you should always do is click on the terms of use. No U.S. citizens, okay? And same as ZB. If you have to hit the Google Translate button or whatever, the Chrome Translate button for a site, you might not want to go there because they'll probably gladly accept the coins, but when it comes to getting them out, yeah, that could be something else. So be cautious there. Don't even try to do a VPN. It's so not worth it. There's other coins out there to do, okay, guys? Seth, hey, you're welcome for the TA. Vet seems so undervalued to me at the moment with all that's going on with them. Yeah, let's go take a look at VeChain, Vet. We'll go over here. We'll go look at Vet versus ETH. Yeah, it's doing its get that stupid pattern off. I don't do patterns, guys. I hate patterns. Yeah, so it's kind of doing the same thing as Ether. It did a test to the upper bounds, which is really cool. It came back down to the top of the AR. This is like the AR. So that's the top of the automatic rally, which is a secondary test. So it did that at the very actually no. It did that at the upper bounds of the let me kill that. It actually did it above higher, which is quite nice. Which was from over in here. That's where I got this line. And this is the trading range, so it's way up above there, which is really nice. Really nice to see. So that's looking, to me, that's looking pretty strong. And keep in mind, yeah, I can dump big time. But is it undervalued for what it is? As far as value-wise goes, yeah, it has tremendous value. Is it undervalued? I think that a lot of people still think that it's a scam and stuff. It's to me completely ludicrous that they would think that. It's, in my opinion, it's one of the strongest coins out there as far as partnerships goes. You have really, really strong partnerships. What do you have? VeChain, the Key, and what, Matrix AI, perhaps. Man, those are the ones with the big things. And don't forget Italy. Italy's a huge deal. I heard some YouTuber, some dude, just, I don't know. He was saying that Italy wasn't a big country. It's like, come on, bro. It's one thing if he's talking about Guyana or something. I could understand that. But Italy, it's like, come on, man. I almost put such a not so nice comment on his site, but I refrained. Anyway, VeChain's looking good. Check it out. Do your research. Certainly don't take my word for any financial advice. It's not. It's just, hey, I'm here mainly to help you guys learn how to look at coins and how to judge them and stuff like that. As far as price targets and stuff like that, that's not what I do. It's because the percentage of this thing going up or down is 50%. Okay, every single little bar in here, the next bar, it's 50% chance whether it can go higher or lower. And why is that? It's a binary probability. Has the same percent chance as flipping a coin. Okay, unless you're the market maker and you're the ones that's deciding basically for it where it's going, then you know. Otherwise, it's just by chance. Anyway, so yeah, so that's VeChain. Love VeChain. So Script Skynet says, if it camps out too long, it will dump. Just a heads up. What coin are you referring to, Script? You're referring to XRP or something like that, or which one? Maybe Bitcoin. Well, let's go look at Bitcoin again. BTC. Yeah, I know you guys know what it is. It's BTC, right? If it camps out too long, it's going to dump. That really depends on the market. And here's why. Right now it's going up and down. What happens with these guys? The guys that are driving these things. They're constantly looking at how many buyers and sellers there are at each level that they have. And they're checking whether or not how many coins they can get. This is an accumulation. They're going through and getting coins, and they want the coins. And so what they'll do is they'll do a test low, they'll do a test high, trying to see if there's any liquidity someplace. They'll do something like this to be a stop hunting, to clear out the stops down there and pick up some more coins. They have a lot of things up their sleeves. So, it's like going like this. If it camps out here, it could camp out for a long time. It could go up, it could go down, we'll see. If it goes down into this area, this is when it gets interesting, because then we run into the probability of it actually hitting a spring where they will eat up they will hold a majority of the coins, and once they hold a majority of the coins, they can bump the price up pretty easily, okay, until the price gets way up. But yeah, this thing could camp out. Will it dump? I think this is a long-term buy-in to me. I don't think that person's going to dump anytime soon, putting that kind of money in. They picked up a lot of coins, and I think they're happy to have a lot of those coins because that was at a pretty good price range right in here. So we'll see. But right now, I mean, this is a little micro trend, and we'll see. Thing can go up, it can go down, but they do that just to test. And it depends on the volume and how much, how many people are willing to sell, how many people are willing to buy, that type of thing. And so they're constantly testing up and down for that. And once they accumulated all the coins that they have, that they can get in this section, then they go up to another section and they try to get more coins. Because in the long run, they want the coins. They want the coins because apparently they like BTC. Look at what all Fidelity's doing. Fidelity wants coins. Oh, the script says born in Santa Rosa, California, but now in MO. Cool. How's the weather there? Wants to know if I've heard of Coinbook buying in baskets. Kind of cool. No, I haven't. I usually do older stuff like Wyckoff and price volume analysis you can think of. Also, another thing that I do that's never ever heard of as far as markets goes is Boyd's. It's called Boyd's, Boids. And what is that? What is a Boyd? If you have ever seen how birds flock together, or fish, how they swarm together in pools and one moves and the whole rest of them go, that type of thing, that's Boyd's. And it has to deal with sometimes not selecting the top pick might not be the optimum selection, where it could be the number 2 could be the top selection, which would actually turn into being the number 1 pick as far as like getting payout and stuff like that, because everyone follows the number 1 coin and not the number 2 or number 3. And it's basically on group movement theory and stuff like that. And so if you think of, that's how, let's call the retail investor, the average retail investor, a fish. And so they swim in the schools, okay? They swim in schools. If they see a shark coming, they actually see it, then they want to swim away from it, or they split, or whatever, trying to avoid the shark, right? Or whatever is going to eat them. But yeah, so that's like Boyd stuff. And if you're into mathematics, check it out. Check it out. But I do mainly Wyckoff theory, stuff like that. That's pretty much what I do. Oh, yeah, we got to go take a look at DGB. What do I think of the DGB chart? Have to look at DGB every day. Let's look at it versus USDT, Bittrex. Here we go. Looks like it just did another secondary test. Didn't quite get it down to a level. And didn't quite make it, which is, to me, yeah, it got down close, but it didn't make it. So to me, that's bullish. That's bullish. And we can see this little trend where we're going. Yeah. Okay, great. Let me get that off. So yeah, so another test. What's he going to do is do another test. Can he push it up in this area? We'll see. If he gets up here, I'm looking for a test eventually up in this range. Okay. Probably not that soon. Maybe over in there. But then, yeah, so this secondary test almost got it there. And so I'm looking for something up in here. It just really depends. But overall, as you can see, it's trading in this upper trading bounds range. And it's just bouncing around. Trying to pick up coins. So this is an accumulation, a reaccumulation, just like Bitcoin. And reaccumulations are bullish because after they're done getting some more, then it goes zoop for the most part. That's Wyckoff stuff. So we'll see what that goes. So I am still liking Digibyte, and it is a fantastic project. If you don't know about it, people, do your research on Digibyte. It is awesome. It is like one of the most distributed coins out there if you're into distributed coins. It has like 200,000 plus nodes, and they have a really cool thing coming up where they have Digi Assets, which is the tokenization of assets. Way cool. They have the fingerprint ID thingy on the wallets and stuff, and that's cool. And it's like, I mean, it's pretty fast. It's pretty fast. Just a great coin, and ASIC resistant. Lots of good stuff. Do your research on Digibyte. Let me scroll on over here. Go get another question. Yeah, that's not just not a white paper idea. It's established. Yeah, they are running production on it right now. They're running production on it right now. I mean, it's running. It's working. It's doing its things. You know, it is definitely not, in my opinion, definitely not a scam, as those people led you to believe. Why they did that, I don't know. They got burned or they got paid or whatever, right? Doesn't matter. Cool thing, though, is that all that FUD brought the price down lower, which made excellent time periods to accumulate. Yay. But yeah, I like VeChain. Favorite project, actually. Yeah, and Script Skynet says Matrix AI looks like a big deal. Yeah. I believe they just signed something with Italy, right? Yeah. Vet has stuff going on with Italy, big time. They have 3 major wineries going on where they're doing the bottling. They have a bunch of other stuff. They just had a big conference there, where they said that right around the time of April 18th, like next week, look for things to come, and that is when they're having the conference in San Francisco. So keep your eyes on VeChain. Hey, there's some Slim Shady. How's it going? Hey, Christoph. Good to see you here. Yeah, Ronnie likes Digibyte. Yeah, Digibyte. Digibyte's cool. Yeah, Digibyte partnered with Air. Yeah. Huge. That's absolutely huge. Any other coin partnered with that. I mean any coin. Ethereum. If Ethereum partnered with Air, it would go up over 300% in one day. I mean, that's how big that partnership is. With VeChain, it's like, oh, ho hum, it must be a lie. We're not giving that any weight whatsoever. Oh, man. Are people going to be surprised? It's in the 50s there. Yeah, okay, great. MO is Missouri, guys. Okay, it's not Montana. That's not too bad. Hey, you guys having some expecting tornadoes and stuff? Thought I saw something on the weather. Hope not. Yeah, BTC says, unfortunately, BTC maximalists believe that it's the best and everything else is a shice coin and scam. Yeah. Yeah. You know, guys, we need to welcome retail investors like that, okay? If that's how they think, they're retail. And the stuff I talk about is having a CO, composite operator point of view, which is basically, they're the market makers, beyond the market makers, bigger than whales. Okay, they're the ones that can move the market whichever way they want. Check out my previous video on market makers are good, something like to that title. It's about 4 or 5 videos back now, maybe 6, but check it out. It will change your view on the whole crypto space. And once you have that point of view, you bring in Wyckoff. You won't even use TA anymore. It'll give you a better perspective. Just a whole different perspective. Let's put it that way. Check out Wyckoff. He has some books you can get free of charge that are PDFs online. That's Richard D. Wyckoff. Knowledge is your savior, man. But yeah, Bitcoin maximalists, we need them, because they're the ones that we prey on. Frankly speaking, they're the ones whose money we take. That we want them to put liquidity into the market. That's what we hope they do, and that's what we're testing here. We're testing all the TA people. We're testing all the retail investors. Okay, they're not institutional. Well, even some institutionals do other stuff are not. Just because you're an institution does not mean that you're a CO by any means. But anyway, yeah, we need those people in to bring liquidity into the market. And yeah, it's check out my video on market makers. Give you a whole new perspective. Yeah, as most people entering cryptos, I've usually only heard of Bitcoin. It doesn't help BTC maximalists calling out everything else as bad from the start. Yeah, it's to me, a Bitcoin maximalist, they're married to their coin, and that's fine. Be married to the coin. When it goes down, ride it all the way down. That's their call. That is retail mentality. Okay, and I don't care how much money they have. If they are married to Bitcoin, where nothing else matters, then those are the people that we need. Those are the people that we as let's just call it institutional investors, basically. Even though, yeah, we're not institutional size, but we go along with the theories and stuff like that of the composite operator. Those are the people that we need, and they're retail. That's all there is to it. And they have their thing. Are they helping out the market? Doesn't matter. I mean, if people coming in, here's the thing. You come into the market unprepared, you're going to get eaten. Yeah, you might get lucky a couple times, but you're going to get eaten. Okay? Same as retail. Retail's job is to get eaten. They're the food, which is good because we need food. People that constantly hunt for tips instead of education. Their food. Okay? Because, gosh, I mean, people will just, they'd much rather have a tip or take something from a friend of a friend that they heard, or there's some pattern that magically appears. So you could have like the Head and Shoulders, or you could have the bearish crab, or you could have the horny jaguar, which is a very rare pattern. Yeah. And it's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous. But that's them, okay? Anyway, best of luck to them, really. No ill will towards all those people. They're just trying to do what they do, okay? Many don't educate themselves. Many don't choose to. The ones that do are the ones that and that practice trading, and they're willing to blow money as part of their education for practicing, not worried about making money or losing money. It's just, okay, this is I'm taking this $20 or whatever, and I'm going to practice with it. Like, no matter what happens, basically it's already spent, and so they're going to practice whatever. People don't practice. And so what happens? What would happen to a ball player if they don't practice? They get kicked off the team pretty quick, wouldn't they? Yeah. Anyway, so the only other thing to do, like if you're not trading or up on stuff like that, is just to hold, like really long term. And it may work out for them. Anyway, what do I think of Populous? It was pumped a lot. I don't care much for it. There's not enough liquidity in there for it. I don't see it as it's just not for me, you know. I don't like that it was pumped so hard a while back, and every now and then you still hear some people talking about it. But for me, I just, I don't know. I don't look at it. I look at other things. Seth, what do you mean advertising would help? We are going to get advertising for Bitcoin and stuff from Fidelity, with all of their clients that they're going to bring on board that want exposure to Bitcoin. Yeah, they're going to go and they're going to get their nice little investment vehicle. And then, do you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, "Hey, I'm going to take like this extra 1% stash that I have, and I'm going to sign up, and I'm just going to like trade 24 hours a day, and to see what they can do, because it'll be fun, it'll be a challenge, it'll be this and that." And so that's going to bring in my opinion, a lot more new fiat into the system, which will be excellent. And I think Fidelity, and then you have Backed and stuff like that. Yeah, they're getting the word out. They're getting the word out, which is good for us. As far as Populous goes, don't know. If you like them, great. Put down in the comments why you like them. Like I said, I'm neutral to them, okay? Okay, William says, "Hey, I just used OceanX today and got a little player in OceanX Crypto," that's OCE, guys, "with his VThor. Well, congratulations. Why do you suppose that they have such a large supply of coins? For VeChain, I assume? Well, they did a 1-to-100 split. And it is my opinion that VeChain made a mistake. They made an error. They were going along and doing their thing, and all of a sudden they started getting these other requests from companies to go on their ecosystem, on their platform. And VeChain says, "Oh my gosh, we're plain just going to need more coins. Let's do a 1-to-100 split." And the reason why they have so many coins is simply because I think they're going to need them. Same as the VThor. I think they're going to need them. Don't forget that there are projections that transactions on VeChain will be in the trillions with a T. Trillions. So we'll see. We shall see. With that kind of volume, keep in mind, VeChain is the platform for business, for manufacturing. And, you know, it could be absolutely huge. Keep in mind, it could dump tomorrow, right? Everything can dump tomorrow. I just have to say that as a caveat. But, yeah, VeChain is, in my opinion, the coin for business. And businesses tend to make things, and they want to track them. So, yeah, they're going to need a bunch of coins. Oh, Scripts says agree. Cryptos need advertising, especially on TV. Yeah, that's starting to actually come out in movies. We have a movie that's out, right? With kind of a crappy story, but anyway, that crypto one. Trying to bring out the bad. Nevertheless, it's advertising. There's starting to be, you have that PewDiePie dude, right? He's basically advertising for crypto. With Fidel and stuff, I think you'll see a lot of higher end advertising, which is what we want. We want advertising in the little magazines that they have on the airplanes, in the business and first class sections. We want advertising in golf magazines and golf tournaments. If someone would sponsor a golf tournament, that would be way cool. Things like that. So a Bitcoin, to see Bitcoin on a racing car would be cool, you know, for like Indy 500 or whatever. That'd be cool. So we'll see. The advertising's coming, okay? It's coming. It's just now starting to be rolled out into mainstream. Cat Chichi asks, what do I think about BAT? I don't like the browser, man. I had it and I uninstalled it. I don't want to be tracked. The amount of money you make off of it is minuscule. It's I rank it up there the same as Steam. You know, Steam it. It's just not interested in it. And yeah, it says BAT's looking good. Okay, fine. That's great. If you like BAT, go ahead, go for it. I think there's others out there where I can get a bigger return is all, okay? As far as about the Brave browser, I don't care for it. I uninstalled it. U.S. citizens can use OceanX, okay? It's just that you're limited to like, what, 0.2 Bitcoin withdrawal, all right? Script says not sure if I like Populist. That's why I asked. Yeah, I don't go there. I look at other coins. It's like okay, you love Ether, but how many more percentage points can that thing go if it was on okay, let's say bear run tomorrow, okay? It's at, let's say, $100 right now. It goes up to 1,000, right? So that's a 10x. Okay, well, I hope it does it. That's for sure. But so that's only a 10. There's other things out there that can have much higher returns than that. Much higher. And so I'm looking for the maximum percentage gain. Is what I'm looking for. Not so much, you know, it's like XRP, there's a lot of money in there and that has to have an awful lot of money injected into it to move it. So I'm not looking at that. I don't want the little 2%, 5% gain. But yeah, Populist, you like it, go for it. You don't, hey, whatever. Oh, and yeah, and LTC was on UFC's fighting thing. Yeah, that's cool. Good advertisement. Good advertisement. Okay, here's another thing. What do I think about the Tor browser? Its IP is untraceable. No, it's not. It's not. The only way to be untraceable is not to run on the internet. Okay? You have point-to-point communication lines that do not run through a telephone company. That's how you do it. Which means there aren't any. There aren't any. I mean, you could have like the old tin can thing, where you have 2 tin cans with a wire in between. Yeah, that would be somewhat private. But anything that goes through a telephone company lines is insecure. It goes through routers. Routers are built. Part of IP, Internet Protocol. That's where the IP address comes from, is Internet Protocol. On top of that, you have the transmission protocol, TCP. And so you have TCP IP stack. And what that thing does, that's what routers used in order to say, okay, this piece of data in the headers came from this router, and let's send it to another router. And what it does is it traces the hops, and you can actually get the network cost of how much it takes to send data from one router to another. And what it does is the routers look for the cheapest delivery line, and it takes that. You can say, hey, take the cheapest or take the quickest, whatever, the most direct. That's how it works. Tor browsers, everything is traceable. An onion, you may have heard about. That's traceable. Tor is traceable. Monero's traceable. Bitcoin's traceable. To hear of things that aren't traceable, that is a conspiracy theory. Okay? That is a conspiracy theory, which they're not calling a conspiracy theory because they want people to think that, yes, it is untraceable. And the makers of it could actually think in their hearts and actually believe that is untraceable. They're being hoodwinked. That's all I can say. They're being hoodwinked. They do not know or have an appreciation for the capabilities of the U.S. government. Those capabilities are awesome. Awesome. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, it's getting late, guys. Yeah, script saying we don't have a decentralized web yet. And even then, we're more connected than ever. Yeah, we don't have a decentralized web. A decentralized web will basically look like where everybody's cell phone talks to each other's cell phone directly through point-to-point. So what that is, that would be a replacement of the internet. It won't work internationally. It won't work over large distances. It'd work in a city, but it just is what it is. Okay? But you know, the internet's way cool. I mean, look at all the things we can have for it. Just know that it's traceable. All right? Everything is traceable. You want to be untraceable? Cash. Yeah. That's why they're getting rid of it. That's why they're getting rid of cash, fiat. It's because it's not traceable. Because it's, I mean, that's where all the money laundering and stuff comes from. It's from cash. Okay? Anyway, guys, you have a wonderful day. I'm calling it a night. Have a wonderful weekend, all that good stuff. Please like, subscribe, and get notified. Don't forget to do your research on HalalChain, because it looks like it might be making some moves and progress in the future. So, interesting project to follow. And, oh no, Bitcoin's taking a dump right now. Oh well, so what? It's just doing a test, right? Just doing a test. Oh, it's dropping pretty good. Hold on, let's go to the 1 minute. Oh, it's dumping. Oh my god. People are going to panic tomorrow. People are going to panic tomorrow. Look at this huge sale. Oh no. Somebody purchased a whole lot of coins, didn't they? Yeah, yes they did. Somebody's happy. They got a bunch of coins. That's why they call this reaccumulation. To pick up coins. So anyway, guys, yeah, best of luck to you. Have a great weekend. Like, subscribe, get notified, and I'll catch you later. Bye.